so many smartboards end up as just expensive projectors? Let's look at a university that cracked that code. Right? Schools buy all this new tech, but often the way teachers teach doesn't really change. Because it's not about the gadget, it's about weaving it into the actual art of teaching. Let's dive into the story of Nanjing Normal University of Special Education, or NNUSE for short. Their goal wasn't just to buy new hardware, it was to build a smarter teaching ecosystem. They had a clear 3-phase plan, moving from basic tools to a full-on AI-powered teaching brain. So, did this big strategy actually work? Well, the data tells a pretty amazing story. Get this, over 17,000 classes have been analyzed by their dedicated AI platform. That's a lot of data. Of those, nearly 2,200 earned a T green light, showing awesome tech use in the classroom. And 370 of them, they hit double green light, the absolute gold standard for teaching and tech. And the data doesn't just show us the quantity, it shows the quality of teaching that this tech makes possible. Okay, so a massive 81.7% of lessons are using interactive learning. That's great, but dig a little deeper. Nearly a third, 29.3%, are using tools for peer assessment and collaboration. And a really significant 5.6% are using real-time data to differentiate instruction for students. So you see, they've moved way beyond just simple polling into some truly sophisticated teaching methods. These huge numbers are great, but what does it all look like in a single, real classroom? Let's zoom in on a freshman English class taught by the fantastic Ying. Her freshman English class is the perfect case study. Her lesson was so good, so effective, that the AI analysis system gave it double green light status. And that's basically the highest honor, the gold standard for a digitally transformed lesson at the entire university. And check this out. Here's her actual report card from the AI. Just think of it like a scorecard for the lesson. It's looking at 3 main things: the T index for technology use, the P index for pedagogy or her teaching strategy, and the E index for student engagement. And as you can see, she nailed it. Green across the board. Proficient in tech, optimal in pedagogy, and active in engagement. I mean, what a stellar performance. And here's a fantastic example of how this works in practice. During a discussion about literary point of view, Miss Slew used this really cool feature called secondary response. So after an initial poll, instead of just saying, okay, here's the right answer, she showed the class the results, how everyone voted. Then she asked them to vote again. This little move gave the students who were confused a chance to pause, see what their peers thought, and rethink their own logic. It turned a moment of potential confusion into this powerful, data-driven learning opportunity. Now that is what we call instructional agility. But you know, this whole system isn't just about grading a single lesson. If we zoom back out again, we can really see how this AI-powered ecosystem is being used to build up teachers, to foster professional development, and create a real culture of continuous improvement across the entire campus. And it's not just Ms. Liu either. She's not some lone superstar. This table shows several top-performing educators who are knocking out dozens of high-quality T-green lessons. And look at their departments: languages, special education, management, rehabilitation sciences. They're all over the map. The university is really leaning into this too. They host these really cool research activities, like one called Same Lesson, Different Designs. Basically, a bunch of teachers will all tackle the same topic, but they each use a different digital strategy. And during these sessions, hundreds of other teachers can observe and give real-time digital feedback through an app. It creates this incredibly powerful collaborative environment that just accelerates professional growth for everybody. It really boils down to 3 key pillars. First, scientific quantification. They've totally replaced that subjective feeling of, yeah, I think the lesson went pretty well, with cold, hard, objective data on technology, pedagogy, and engagement. Second is inclusive excellence. The AI helps teachers see every single student, identify who might be struggling, and then offer personalized support. And finally, global leadership. Let's be real, NUSE has set a new national benchmark here. They've created a model for what it means to truly digitize education.